Gangers, what it do, what it do. Good morning, guys. Today's March 19th, Thursday, day after FOMC. Um, yeah, let's just get into it. I honestly don't think I'll be taking much trades today, but we're staying consistent on recording these because, yeah, I was inconsistent before, but now we're staying consistent. So, as far as 0 days go, I like Qs to come into here. Oh, wrong color. Wrong color for sure. Okay, yeah. 594. I want to see us break here for me to want to hop in. Same with Amazon here. Like, Amazon's on a good trend line, honestly, here, but I do think there's room it could break. Now, following up, SPY's kind of the same thing. I would like to see it come into, if we take off the extended hours, there's a little gap here at 661. We'll see if it hits. Doesn't have to hit today. Today may be a floater day, and it just continues to the downside. So the only thing that I've actually hopped in, and I've actually hopped in for 2 weeks out, is my guy Netflix on the Puttertons. The Puttertons. Yeah, dude. It's got to come down. It's got to come down. It's got to come down. Yeah, you can see we're getting some nice momentum to the downside. I've had this level here at 87 for a while, so I want to catch that move. Basically, I have my expiry all the way for April 2nd, so we'll let that one just ride out. As far as our movements, we did exactly as we said. Yesterday was a major red day, which we got to capitalize a little bit on. Not as much as we wanted because we actually were in here overnight, and we just kind of kept selling off periodically, but you gotta take gains. So we ended the day yesterday plus 450. Currently, right now on the day, we are up. Let's see here. I think like 60. Yeah, about $60. Cool. Take profit. $60, guys. If you're working a $20 an hour job, that's 3 hours that we just made in 15 minutes. But of course, we want to scale up. But yeah, everything that we predicted hit yesterday. It did come into our range. Here, we bought the puts, and it did exactly as we thought. It hit our moving average, our 200-day moving average here. So I kind of expect a small bounce. It doesn't have to hit, though, at all. Of course, I would love to see it hit, but no, it doesn't have to hit. 661 is where I would love for it to hit, but does not have to. The only other thing that is pretty interesting right now is Nvidia. One, we do have a little gap that will probably need to be filled at some point. So yeah, this will probably want to be filled there. And then overall, if you notice, we're in this major trend channel here. You see this? We've been trading in here since into summer last year. So having that squeezing like this, I do think that we might see a small intraday bounce today. That's kind of what I'm waiting on. Might play the calls, but overall, I mean, there's some major gaps down below. And that's probably where I would want to start hopping in. Right. Some nice daily gaps down here. 145. As far as like my descending wedge though, hold on, we are getting some movement. We'll have to see. Amazon's kind of in a similar situation to where I don't know how I just did that. I don't know what I just did actually. Okay, that's weird. I know why I have a little bit of leeway there. Amazon's in a similar situation. It could come lower. If it comes below 200, I'm starting to load it up. I don't really care. Like, I'm starting to load that bad boy up. If it comes into 180, that would be amazing, or even lower. Yeah, Amazon's one of those ones where like I just want my kids to have it with AWS, and you know, the front runner drop shipping and doing that sells is just kind of like the retail side of things, but they're really, AWS is providing so much services for the world right now, so that's kind of where I am really making the bread and butter. But yeah, other than that, I really think today might be a floater day. I do think we may have to come into 594 at some point for Qs, and 661 just to cover that gap. But the thing is, it doesn't have to be today, you know. This looks like a double top if I've ever seen one. So very easily could come back lower here on Qs, especially since everything's dropping on Mag 7. Yeah. But I really don't know. Today really it might just be a floater day. Like really might just be a floater day. But yeah, guys, so far. We're kind of behind schedule as far as the pace that I wanted to make. If I can pull this over. Hold on, give me just a second. Okay, so just to kind of show you guys how we're doing so far in the small account. We started this challenge at the beginning. We'll say we started at the beginning of the month, and our goal is just 100 a day with the small account. I know you'll see a lot of traders saying, you know, oh, we should make this much and this much. That's cool. This is a crazy market. So we're just trying to make sure we take our profits every day. And so the last week we were ahead of schedule. First week we were really behind, and that's because I really wasn't doing my best, honestly. Wasn't being diligent as far as the trades that I'm taking. And then quite literally, I even marked it on one of my calendars. I said that this was going to be the pivot point on the 5th. And that's when we really started turning up. You can see our losses started really being small. Yes, the next day I still took a loss, but after taking this big loss on that Wednesday, we were ready to turn it around. And we did exactly as we said, took 100 a day. This one we made 200 a day. We were ahead of schedule, 58, you know. And then a small loss here, which I actually was ahead of schedule. This day I actually was positive, and I think I went negative after that. Minus 23. Yeah, so I actually started the day positive, and then I went negative. Yeah, and a lot of it was commissions more than anything. Overtraded, small profit factor. This is one thing that I have to improve. We need this to get up to 2.0 so that everything that we take is doubles, right? You can see we're up, and then we started giving some back here, which is cool. I don't have that level of data yet, so it's cool. But yeah, guys, yeah. Back to the but yeah, today we've only really taken a few trades. What did I take today? I played the calls at the beginning of the day, and then yeah, I had a runner call that started to get cooked. went ahead. I'm just cutting them short right now, just scalping everything, and then yeah, I made it right back on the puts. I doubled the contract. So yeah, guys, that's how we're looking so far. Up within these last 2 weeks, just about $1,100. Behind schedule for the week. We wanted to be at around 400, but you know, we just take what they give us. So that's about it. That's about it. Give me just a second. But yeah, guys, I really might just keep today. I think today just might be a floater day, so I might honestly not trade anymore. If I do take a trade, I want these to start breaking out here, but I mean, to me, there's nothing besides Netflix. As I said, on the puts. Oops, excuse me. Which are really starting to get some downward momentum right now. Yeah, there's really nothing else that I see. So I'm gonna keep the video short, guys. I'm gonna actually end it here. Netflix puts. I do think we have the potential of a lot more downside. Having tomorrow being Friday too, Friday sell-off is a real thing. It really could just sell off 5% tomorrow. But yeah, if I do take a trade, I want this to break, and I'll come and play it to here. Other than that, or maybe some of these guys that have fallen drastically. Tesla looks like a good buy here. Amazon looks like a good buy here, but yeah, we'll see. I need some major breakup levels here. Major breaks. You can see it's getting stopped by the pivot on SPY. So if we break these levels, I'll take a trade. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna call it here. It does look like calls are in, so that would probably be the trades I'll take. But I'll keep you updated, and we can just recap tomorrow. Alrighty, peace.